Hey everybody, I'm in the hall on the 16th floor of my hotel. Here's the elevators, and here's my room here. It's my little kitchenette. And here's my bathroom. Everything I need. It's even got a washing machine. Good size refrigerator. Got everything you need in here. Your microwave, all your pots and pans, all your cleaning stuff, your rice cooker and all that. And here's my bed and my couch. Here you hang your clothes and all that, my TV, my little computer set up. And yeah, I booked this place from the 2nd of July till the 16th of July. 3 days ago, my buddy Oscar and his wife Neneth came over and we rode a grab across town to look at some condos, and I found a place in Stellucia Grand Mall condos. You know, I looked at everything there, went up to the top floor. They had a penthouse suite, 1 bedroom for $500 a month. That's in American money. In pesos, that's 30,000 pesos, $500. So required a $500 deposit in the first month paying. I gave them 60,000 pesos, and that reserved it for when my time runs out here on the 16th. I just go over there and check in. And I came back here and my host was helping me do some stuff. Like for instance, let's see here. Let me get these out. In order to extend your visa after your first 30 days, you have to fill out a Bureau of Immigration visa extension. Then you have to have your passport, copies of your passport, and all that stuff. Well, she went and made the copies for me, got it all done, printed out the application. She's going to help me fill the application out. And so in the meantime, she said, "Why don't you stay here?" And I said, "Because I like a better room." She said, "We have better rooms." So she showed me another room on the 8th floor. I said, "Well, you should have shown me this before." She says, "I even have another one on the 29th floor." She showed it to me, and it's just cute as a pin. Perfect for one person. And so I said, "Well, I've done put 60,000 pesos down on this condo. If I didn't do that, I would just take that room because I'm getting familiar with the area." She said, "You stay here, I work for you, I help you get your money back." I said, "Really?" She said, "Yes. We will ride first thing Monday morning. We will go there and I will talk to them for you and demand your money back." And I said, "Well, what if they don't give it to us?" She said, "I'll call the police." She said, "They will give you your money back. If not all of it, they'll give you most of it back." So 60,000 pesos, which is 1,000 American dollars. In the USA, $1,000 is really not a lot of money, but here, 60,000 pesos is a lot of money. So that's what we're going to do Monday morning. I said, "What time you want to go?" She said, "We need to go as soon as possible to get your money back." So she's over this whole building here in this, I forgot the name of it. I'm still got a little bit of jet lag. I haven't been here but, 7 days, 8 days, something like that. So I had it wrong on the other video. I said I'd been here 8 days, but actually I'd been here like 5 days, I think, or something. But I had my days all mixed up. But They came in and checked out the air conditioner. She checked everything out to make extra sure everything worked. And so the 16th, I just go out to the elevator, go up to the 29th floor, and that's my new place. I thought it was just perfect. Plus 29 floors, that's 9 floors higher than this. And I was sitting here earlier, and I heard some banging and stuff carrying on. Well, I walked outside. This is my little balcony. It's not much of one, but it's a balcony. There's one of the other buildings here. But down here, this is a Saturday morning, a Saturday afternoon. These people are, I don't know if they're working or it's because they do their shopping on the weekends. This is Saturday or what? But I heard the banging in this street right here. They were having a parade that went to that intersection and cut over to the next street and went back that way. I was, well, I'll be darned. So I talked to Oscar. He said, yes, they have parades and celebration all the time around here. I thought that was so neat. He said, wait until September. He said, that's when they start celebrating Christmas around here, and they celebrate from September, October, November, and December. And he says, December the 31st, he said, this place is beautiful. The bottle rockets, all the fireworks and all that, the whole city is just everywhere, just beautiful. He said, you'll be amazed. And so I feel good about staying here at this place. And once I get my visa extension, then I'm gonna go apply for my SRRV, which that gives me permanent residence. I just check in with the Bureau of Immigration or whatever, I don't know, once a year or 2 years or something like that. That way I don't have to go every month and extend my 30-day visa every month or every 3 months after the first time or whatever. So that's good. But yeah, my host, she's gonna come and help me out. And she said she would, if I wanted to go see some grocery stores or shopping centers or whatever, she's glad to go with me as soon as I want to go. She tells me where the massage parlors are, all the coffee shops, all that. So, and that over there, that's the Gateway Mall. And then on the other side of this building, can't see it, but the other room she showed me, the 29th floor, is a S&M mall, something like it. It's bigger than that one. And then I went the day before yesterday across the street, and there was a mall there with, I think, 2 or 3 floors in it. And so I went to Pizza Hut and got some spaghetti and meatballs. It was pretty good, pretty good. Ordered a family thing of it, and man, I'll never do that again. They give you so much of that stuff. I ate on that stuff for 2 days, 2.5 days, something like that. But really inexpensive. I mean, unbelievable. And all the groceries they got. Now their onions and their tomatoes are about that big. They're smaller than a tennis ball, but they're bigger than a ping pong ball. So and they've got pies, what's that stuff? Anyway, some kind of mangoes. They sell all that stuff. So bananas, all that stuff. They got it all. But as soon as I get more relaxed, I'll do a video in public. Just a little bit shy about doing that right now because I don't know, it's a new country, and as far as I can see, everywhere I've been, I'm the only American. I mean, everybody's got black hair. I stand about 1.5 feet taller than anybody else, if not taller than that. And it feels strange being in a different country, but you know, I'm loving it. I'm starting to love it more and more every day. And my buddy Oscar and Nana, they have been so great. He has texted and talked to me about every ins and outs, what to do, what to expect, what to watch out for, what I like and what I probably wouldn't like, and other places to go, and other condos and all that. And it's him is why I went and seen that condo, which I like the condo. But the condo that I got, I would have to go buy bed sheets, pillowcases, towels, rags, toiletry stuff, dishwashing liquid, all that stuff. I had to buy all that. Here, they provide my toiletries, shampoo, body wash, toilet, like I said, toilet paper, cleaning stuff, all that stuff. They provide all of it. And if I want them to, they'll come in every other day or so, just like a hotel. They'll change the sheets and clean my room and all that, but I don't need that. I'll take care of my own place. But I'm really excited. And wait till I video the other little room. It's not big, but it's perfect. I mean, it's just a cute little studio apartment on the 29th floor in downtown Araneta, but Bahuaca or something like that city, and it's right in the heart of everything. Now, if you can see out there, I think that is Manila way out there. I'm not sure. This is all Manila metro area, Quezon City, all this. But that's the downtown, I believe, the downtown Manila area where the airport is, where I arrived at, coming from the United States. And it was about a 20, 25 minute ride over here. And when I got in that taxi, I was scared. Never been in this kind of traffic before. They were zipping and dodging and bumper to bumper and side by side. But I just let the driver do his deal. He got me here. That's just their culture. That's how they drive. As you can see right there, that intersection right there. No red lights, no stop signs. They just all go in there and they all stop in the middle of the intersection and wait for each other to go through it, and they go on through. Sometimes there might be a group with 5 or 10 motorcycles. They'll zip through it real quick, and everybody will wait on them. And they don't take their time. Like I said before, all this coverage here, this is the bus station. When Oscar and Aneth arrived, that's what they did. He calls them a beepy or beep, something like that. Well, they called a bus from their area, Marikina, to here, and then we called a grab from here to the condo, and then from the condo, they took a grab home, and I took a grab back here, and it worked out pretty good. But a grab here is like a taxi, probably $2, $3. In America, you catch a cab 5 miles or so, it's going to cost you 35 bucks or 30, 20, 30, 40 bucks. I don't know, but it's expensive. But here it is cheap. It's reasonable. Not cheap, it's inexpensive, very inexpensive. But look at all these scooters down here. Just look. And when it rains, see, they've got rain suits on and all that stuff. But when it rains, hey, they're out here in hard rain, just going down the road like it's nothing. On the scooters, just boogieing. It's just it's unbelievable. Now across the way here, the other night I was sitting out here looking over the city, and he had the curtains open, and there was a teenage boy taking care of his grandfather in the bed. He must have been elderly or, pretty bad shape. He would go in there and feed him. He'd go back in the living room and do push-ups. Do about 13 push-ups, and then do some other stuff. Put a 5-gallon jug on his back and do some squats. Then he'd go back in there and he'd help his grandfather again with a urinal, a portable urinal thing and all that to use the bathroom, and then get him all settled in. Then he'd go back in there and do more push-ups, and work out some more. He did that, I don't know, for a couple of hours. I mean, I was just amazed at the care, the love that these people have for their families. And anyway, the next night, the light was on. There wasn't no furniture in there, no nothing. They had moved out. I was shocked. I was interested in, how he took care of his father or grandfather or whatever. But yeah, the very next night they were gone. I mean, they just shazam, disappeared. But you notice here, you look in the camera, all along these walls here, and all along over here, especially right in here, all these buildings, got cracks in them from the earthquakes. I haven't experienced that yet, but I talked to the host about that being on the 29th floor, and she says, oh, no worry, this is a good building. It's fairly new, and she lived on the 36th floor. And she said, and I said, well, I've never been in an earthquake before, so that'll shock me. She said, oh, no, you're okay, you're okay. So that one, I'll find out when that time comes, when this dude starts shaking and waving in the wind, I reckon. But here's another street, and then that playground. Then right down here, there's a pool right down there around the building. I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen some people down there splashing water over on the walkway. But just check this out. Now, in this building, I'll be somewhere like I'm here now. I'll be somewhere way up there, but in this building. But if you look between these buildings and look over those buildings and look over behind those buildings and all through there, it's just high rises everywhere. I mean, this city, let's say this country, is hopping. I mean, it's just a lot of life in it, and it's so exciting to witness this. The only time you see a lot of stuff like this in the United States, if you go to a small downtown like Memphis or something like that, and it's not very much. But this goes for miles and miles and miles. But I've got Netflix, I've got YouTube, I got everything I need on my TV. I've got internet from the hotel. I've got my spare phone with my Philippine phone number and data. Then I've got my American phone with my American data plan and all that with unlimited text messaging, and I can call back anytime, talk to my mom, my sister, anybody, call anytime. And that's all in my plan for I think $77 with T-Mobile. And that's something I had to do before I left to get that lined out. Now I was going to stick with AT&T, but they would want to charge me $120 a day for so many days for my data. I go with that $77 with T-Mobile for a complete month and just do away with it. But I'm glad I did that. Now I did a little I'll show you, for example, on these onions and tomatoes. They're not that. Here's the onions. I know, right? That's a red onion. Here's the white Vidalia onion, and then here are the tomatoes. And here's the mustard. Here's the mayonnaise. I got my first pack of coffee today. It's instant coffee. That's what you usually get over here. Here's my little loaf of bread. Here's my little one-cook cooker. My little countertop and my microwave. It's all small, but I'll get another burner and bigger pots later. I got some hash browns, a little bit of ice cream. These are chicken nuggets. Barn chicken nuggets is what a star shape. Just something to snack on. This here's a little bit of milk, a couple of Red Horses. There's some mango juice, water, orange juice, a Coke, some grapes, some ham, some hot dogs, and here's what their ketchup comes in. Pretty neat. Totally different than the United States. I mean, just totally. But here I am, working on week 2. And see, next, I think probably the end of next week's when we're going to go into Manila to the immigration and do my visa extension. And I can do it for 1, 2, or 6 months. I'm probably going to do it for 6 months if I can. But I'm going to get in touch with a company called RJ Services. They will do all the work for me on the SRRV and file all that for me. It takes about 2 weeks, and when I get that back, I'll be a permanent resident. I can come and go as I please out of the country, and I want to go check in once a month and all that, reschedule, renew up my visa and all that. And at the time I renew my visa here in a week or so, 2 weeks, they'll give you a, what they call that, ACR card, I think. They issue that when you get that extension because you're staying up to 59, you're going to be there at least 59 days. So I'm just learning it a little bit at a time, but I feel good about it, and taking it one day at a time, and every day feeling better and better. But anyway, everybody, if you like, thumbs up, make a comment. I've had several comments on the last 2 or 3 videos I had, and some interesting comments, people asking and saying and doing other stuff, and they've been here too, and why don't I go to Dumageddon or stuff like that. Well, that's where they've been, but this is where I'm starting out at. I'm close to a good friend of mine. I'm learning all the ropes, and I don't know if I'll ever travel out. But if I'm comfortable in one area, I don't need to travel and go to beaches and all that. I mean, I probably will, but I don't have to have that right off the bat, like an instant, beautiful, luxurious vacation. This is not a vacation. This is a new life that I'm starting, and I want it so much to work out, and it will. I just have to have hope and stay in there and be strong and just learn everything I can and go by the rules and everything they require in order to be in this country, to stay here. But leave a comment, thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. This is Tony's Adventure at 1961 Tony. Y'all have a good day.